Hello, how are you doing? Becky Rainey here, and I've been sitting here thinking about how fast 2024 has gone by, and we're looking into 2025. What is your goals for 2025? So before we get started, just give me some love and like my video and subscribe to my channel. And today I'm going to share with you some thoughts about what our mindset is for not having what we want in life. And I've been really doing a lot of work over the past year at a clinic, a suicide center, where I've been working with essential oils and helping de escalate people with their emotional regulation and helping people really think through what's holding them back and what's having them be depressed and what's having them not be so um, I mean, having them be so stuck and how to get out of the stuckness. And I was watching this TV show, 83, Yellowstone. It's the precursor to the whole Yellowstone series, and it's pretty crazy back in the times where there's not much police out there, and people were on their own, and thank goodness you had your own gun, if you will. And these pioneers hired these guides to travel to the West, right? So you get these immigrants who come in from the ship and they're wanting to they heard about the Great West and they want to travel to the West and get their own property and all this stuff. But little do they know how much work that's going to be. And a lot of them really don't understand the difficulty that was. And so they hired these guys to take them out west, and they get their wagons. And I don't know, I don't remember how many wagons there are. They seem to be in the picture about 50 wagons, and a lot of them don't even speak English. And they're going out west, and they're get all their supplies loaded in the wagon, and off they go. And as they're struggling and kind of getting on their journey, and it didn't seem like too long into the journey, they had to cross the river. And the river was not too deep. I mean, it wasn't a big, huge river like here in Washington State, but the rivers was deep enough where the horses had to pull the wagon and not make sure they go fast enough where they didn't get stuck in the water. And a lot of these immigrants didn't know how to swim. They didn't know what they were into and stuff. So the guide decided to go around and say, unload the wagons because you're going to drown the horses and you're going to drown and you need to unload the wagons. So he goes up to this one wagon and he looks in the back, and here one of these guys had a piano, a beautiful piano. I mean, they didn't really show the piano, but can you imagine? This piano probably came all the way from Europe, from across the ocean. And he looked at the guy and goes, why are you hauling this piano in this wagon? You're really making your horses tired, and this is really horrible. Why are you doing it? He goes, I'm a pianist. And that's who I am. And when I need this piano, it's part of my life. I'm nobody with this piano. And he looked at him and he said, no, you're not. You're not a pianist right now. Today, you're a pioneer. And a pioneer does not need a piano. You can't get paid by that piano out here in the nowhere. This piano serves you no good. You do not need that piano. You are a pioneer. So get rid of the piano. And in my mind, I'm watching this going, oh my gosh, you got to get rid of the piano. That's horrible. I mean, we've known about these stories from the pioneers needing to unload the wagons. But when you really think about the devastation it was for that guy and the piano that he had to get rid of, that's devastating. Like his definition of his life, of who he was through that piano. And so think about like having to unload the piano from the wagon and put it in the middle of this field and these elements where it's going to do absolutely no good to anybody, but he's going to survive. Like he's going to take that wagon and that horses across the river without being weighted down with this piano and survive the rest of his journey, right? That's the goal. You need to survive as a pioneer. And I remember when we sold our print shop, you know I had to really come to terms that my print shop didn't define who I was, that I am looking to find my voice and to be able to make a difference and an impact in the world. And my print shop wasn't serving that for me anymore. I mean, I made a big difference for people in their business and their marketing plans and doing websites and all these things. And I could see how that really defined who I was. And so I'm having you look at, what do you need to let go? What is really holding you back to be able to serve you for your future self? Like, what are your dreams and goals? So when you look at 2025, you really want to define your dreams and goals. And I'm going to challenge you to actually make a dream board. I talk to men who are, I counsel, and they're like, no, that's for girls. No, it's not. Dream boards are a serious thing. They're really important to do. And when I first started doing dream boards, I'm going to say it was maybe around 2006. I'm trying to remember exactly. 2000, actually, probably 2004. And I did my first dream board and I put a beautiful house on it on the water. And I put a lighthouse on it just because I was being silly and I thought that was just really plain big. Well, guess what? I live by the water with the house that has a lighthouse on it. And you don't realize the dots and the energy flow that when you put together a dream board and really looking at it and doing the feeling of being there and having that and that you deserve it. That's the big thing. Do you deserve it? Um, Really will come play. It will come true. And you may look at that dream board years later and go, "Oh my God, all this stuff came true." And then you're going to upgrade, up level your dream board. And a lot of the clients that I counsel, they will say, "I want to pay off my house, or I want to get a job, or I want to do this," and it's only short sighted. It's only like a little bit, which is okay, right? Because we need to get started. So, but I want to challenge you to think about those pioneers where they needed to get to the first river, and there was like 7 rivers that they needed to cross. This was the first river where they had to really come to terms with themselves that their past is not serving them anymore, that their dreams and goals are something different. And who's to say that they can't get a piano once they get there, down the road? But to survive from point A to point B and all the other things that they had to come about with, like maybe being attacked by bandits and having um, people get sick and scurry, being bit by a rattlesnake, whatever those things are that happen in the wild, they had to endure. And you need to be your best self. So, mindset is so key. So when you're thinking about your future self, you may have some short gain goals, but when those goals get into play, then so if you had got a job and or you're doing network marketing and you get all these leaders and you got to a certain rank, and then what's the next rank? And then what's the next rank? And keep stretching yourself. And what does it take to stretch yourself to be able to get to the next level that you're playing? And I have to say that a lot of people are playing at a lower level, lower energy conversation. So, one of the ways to get past that is a really good book that I read called The Words I Say When I Talk to Myself. And it's really incredible when I think about our language. When we're speaking, that creates our world, right? Even though we never created those words, but we formed them in our sentence and our thought process, and it's formulated in a way of how we're living and how we're being and our level of understanding. So if you did personal development and really worked on your level of understanding, who you're uh, who you're wanting to live into. So if you want to have these people in your life and you want to attract these kinds of people so that you can be a better you, you have to become that to attract those people too. So what comes first, right? The chicken or the egg? So I always to have people actually work on journaling. So start journaling your future self, and then go back and read what your journaling is. Read the words you're saying and up level those words. And you can actually see the difference of how you're approaching from negativity, complaining, moaning and groaning about something to actually up to something. And when you're up to something, you're sharing that with people, then they are attracted to that and they really want to have a part of that in their life. Right now, more than ever, is now the time where we're changing our thought processes about how we do our medical, how we take care of our medical health. We are changing our thought process on how to actually earn income and plan for a little safety nest, right? And we're, past the pandemic, so maybe our health is really first and foremost where a lot of people are at. I know a lot of people are struggling with weight, a lot of people are struggling with other health issues. And now's the time, right? Where we can actually be the lead and help people through those processes. So I'm going to challenge you all for having a miracle year for 2025. And I would love to help you through that process. Reach out to me if you're curious how to do a dream board, if you're curious about how to journal, what to journal, and what your affirmations are, so you can train those neural pathways in your mind to focus on a better you and how you're speaking. And also, you want to really plan big, because it's the future you're living into that gives you who you are in the present moment. The past is keeping you in an old conversation. So, what are you going to get rid of in your wagon? What do you have in your wagon that you need to let go? And I've been asking that myself. I got lots of things in my wagon. I can clean out my closet. I got lots of clothes I can't fit into anymore. Keep thinking that I'm going to fit into them. And I'm going to clean out my closet. We cleaned out our garage the other day. So, and that's really important to me that we can park the car in the garage during the winter time. And, cleaning out your closet, cleaning out your cupboards, cleaning out your files, and getting rid of the past that's not serving you anymore, and actually really moving forward, creating space, creating the essentialism. There's another book called Essentialism, which is really great about how to clean out the space of things that are not serving you. So anyhow, I hope this was helpful for you. I would love to hear what your big dreams are for 2025. And as we sit here and process that during the next couple of weeks, please text me below what your thoughts are about your big dreams, and I'd love to hear it. I'm planning on going to India. I'm got some big things happening in India I'm really excited about. Lots of amazing leaders. We've got the biggest team in India right now. I've got 4 gold members that have ranked gold, and 3 of them are founders, and we're really looking for their future growth as well. So God bless you, everybody. Happy Christmas. I hope you enjoy this festival season with family, with friends. Get out there, get noisy, get loud, and make a big difference for the world. Be a sparkle. I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. Take care.